Right, so the image on the screen is a picture of me about 2 or 3 months ago when I was 82 kilograms, and as you can see I was pretty lean back then. And then this picture that you're seeing now is me when I'm 86 kilograms, so I bulked up a bit. But I'm going to cut down over like 2 to 3 weeks back down to around 84, and hopefully I'm a bit bigger and I can get a bit leaner too. So if you're trying to cut down, then make sure to watch this video because I'm going to have a lot of tips in here. Especially as I've got to do it in such a short time period. So yeah, keep watching if you're interested. Muscle growth can only occur if muscle protein synthesis exceeds the muscle protein breakdown caused by exercise. So basically, in the absence of protein around exercise, the muscle building balance remains negative, also known as catabolic, which you hear like gym bros throw that term around all the time. Well, I do anyway, so I'm sure you've heard it. There is some truth to an anabolic window around exercise, but it's more like 24 hours rather than 40 minutes like some gym bros make out. Like, you know, you see gym bros like some like guys going into their bags and getting out protein shakes like 5 minutes after their workout, worried that they're going to miss their anabolic window. But yeah, as long as you're eating around, I'd probably aim for like a couple of hours around exercise, but yeah, as long as you're eating around it, it's fine. But essentially you should be aiming to consume about 1.2 to 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. So I weigh 86 kilograms, so I aim to consume 103 to 129 grams of protein daily. And then while I'm cutting, I aim for the full 129 grams of protein, as it's more important to get in protein while you're in a calorie deficit because, well, in order to reduce your muscle loss. And protein is more satiating, which just means filling, which just makes it easier to stick to the diet when you're cutting. So what you can see on the screen now is some of the things I buy when I'm cutting down. So like quite a lot of them are high in protein and they're quite low, I think it's low calorie dense. So like spinach has no calories, you can eat loads of it, so it helps to fill you up. Same with like rice, even rice cakes, even chocolate rice cakes to be fair, aren't too bad for you. Grapes are great because if you chuck grapes in the freezer they taste amazing, so if you haven't tried that, try that. And like literally you have to eat so many grapes to even get in 100 calories. I think it's like 50 grapes, so they're great for when you're dieting and you're just hungry. So this is my shopping list, which this lasts me quite a long time, but obviously it depends how much you buy. From personal experience with chicken, I never buy I always try and avoid the big packets because I find they always go off before you can use them if you buy the big packets. So even though it looks like you're saving money, I feel like you end up losing money. So I always go for the smaller packets now, like I think it's 250 grams, because you can get like 500 grams, but chicken goes off so fast that it's just not worth it in my opinion. Okay, so this is my macro breakdown and then the calories I consume in a day. So as you can see, it's 2,250-ish calories in a day. And I'm going to show you what I eat throughout the day to meet these macros and calories. Right, so in the morning, I'm usually not very hungry. So I feel like I can't eat a lot. So it tends to be a bit lower in calories. So as you can see, I have 20 grapes, roughly 20 grapes. I usually freeze them because I think they taste much nicer. Definitely try it. And then I have a mango and passion fruit Onken yogurt. I have like half a tub of that, and that's really filling, and it's good because it's got a lot of fats and protein, healthy fats and protein, so it's perfect for when you're on a cut really. So meal number 2 is at lunchtime, so about 1 o'clock, and I'll have a chicken tikka masala ready meal. I know I could kick it up the night before and then it would be a bit healthier, lower in calories, you know, I'd know exactly what's going in it, but ain't nobody got time for that shit. So I just eat a ready meal like every day for lunch. It's not always chicken tikka masala, but I tend to go for something that's similar. And then one white wrap as well, one white wrap, I'd probably towards the end of the diet I'll cut that out and stop eating that. But at the beginning it's better to taper in your calories slowly, taper them down rather than just suddenly jump. And then if I'm feeling like especially hungry, I'll just put in some spinach as well, because like I said before, it's no calories, but it just helps you stay full. So yeah, that's a good tip as well. All right, so meal number 3 is a big meal because this is the last thing this is one of the last things anyway that I'll eat before I go to sleep, and I hate going to bed hungry, so that's why it's got quite a few more calories in it. But basically it's chicken, which if you can't be bothered to cut up yourself, buy it diced, because I do that as well because I'm lazy. Just makes life easier. Golden vegetable rice. Uncle Ben's is the best, but you can get like Tesco or Asda. Actually, Asda's pretty good, and it's only like 30p a packet, so yeah, try that out. Sugar-free ketchup, just because it's lower in calories. Normal ketchup actually has quite a lot of calories and sugar, people don't really realise. And then piri piri sauce, which is amazing. Baby spinach, white wrap, half an avocado, and mozzarella cheese, because believe it or not, mozzarella cheese actually has a decent amount of protein in it. It's not as good as other cheeses like cottage cheese, but it's actually really good in terms of protein and taste. Basically, you put all those ingredients together to make a banging chicken burrito. And another thing I forgot to mention is seasoning. Like, seasoning's so low in calories that you can just put it on everything. Like, you don't need to eat plain boring chicken, when you can just cover it in seasoning. There's no calories in it. The only time you need to watch it is if you were going on stage the next day, because it's got things like sodium which make you hold water. But yeah, season the hell out of your food to make it more enjoyable when you're on a cut. Okay, so that's it in terms of the meals for the day. But you may be thinking, hang on a minute, that's only 1,650-ish calories. Where are the remaining 600 calories? And that's because the rest of my calories come from like snacks throughout the day. Because I find I'm someone that much prefers eating like frequently small little snacks to get me through to meals. So yeah, this is the snacks I eat throughout the day. I think this is like a massive hack that people don't really realise, and people try and stick to meals or try and fast, which just ends up in you binge eating. So this is a much better way of getting around it. Okay, so the snacks I eat are chocolate rice cakes, which by the way are brilliant for chocolate cravings. So like, you know, when you're on a low calorie diet, all you can think about is sugar and chocolate. Because they've got rice, they're mainly made up of rice and just a little bit of chocolate, they're still only 100 calories per rice cake, so they're a great way of overcoming cravings. And then you've got pistachio nuts, which you can't have too many of because they're quite high in protein, high in calories. And then whey protein with semi-skimmed milk. Right, so now you're probably thinking, I know what you eat in a day now, Dylan, but how does that help me out? Because I don't weigh 86 kilograms, so surely I need a different amount of calories. And you'd be right to say that, and I'm about to show you how I found out how many calories I should be having. Okay, you're going to start by going to Safari or Google and typing in calorie calculator, and then just click on the first result, put in your age, your height and your weight, and then how often you exercise, and click calculate. And here, as you can see, it will show you like the set calories for a certain amount of weight loss. So I went just under the range that said 0.5 kilograms a week, just because I'm a bit cut for time. I wouldn't recommend going too low on calories because you're always going to lose more muscle if you do that. So you're better off cutting on as many calories as possible to maintain your muscle. Obviously, the only way to lose fat is to be in a calorie deficit. But what I'm saying is just don't go too far under your maintenance. So like 100 to 200 under maintenance is ideal for losing fat and maintaining as much muscle as possible. Okay, so I like to take measurements at the start of the cut and then take the measurements, well, as often as possible really, maybe like once a week is ideal. And that way you know that you're actually losing fat around areas. Okay, so another thing I like to do, which is great when you're on a cut because you really notice the difference, is to work out my shoulder to waist ratio. So I don't know if you've seen Vitruvian Physique's video, but I know David Lade has like a shoulder to waist ratio of about 2, I think, which is mental. And then Jeff Side has one of like 1.9. But basically the higher your number is in shoulder to waist ratio, like the more V shape you're going to appear and the more aesthetically pleasing you'll look. Right, so I'm going to talk you through how to calculate your shoulder to waist ratio. What you're going to do is you're going to measure your shoulder, one shoulder to the other, You can use a picture or anything as long as you measure it the same. So 15 centimeters, and then your waist, which was 8 centimeters for me, and then you'll do the shoulder measurement divided by the waist measurement, and that gives you your shoulder to waist ratio. So mine was 1.875. Okay, so for those of you who are interested, here are all my measurements on screen. Right, we're in my car again, but basically we're off to do a big boy shoulder and arm workout today.
Wow, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon. Yeah, you better listen. I'm bringing heat, you'll be a fan when I start rapping. Way I'll have your fucking head spinning. I'm known as spit vicious, release bombs and go tick tick. Boom, you blow me, that head missing. I'm a phenomenon, stacking cheese like it's Parmesan. 8 different flows, call me Octomom. I'm moving fast.